Hey, this is Ramon, channel is Alpha 4, and welcome to Catholic Reads the Quran. Today we are doing Surah 7, ayat 48 to 73. And the first note that we have today is going to be on ayah 49. And my note here is that it is unclear as to who is speaking. So let's see if that is true. Are these the ones concerning whom you swore that God would not extend any mercy? Enter the garden. No fear shall come upon you, nor shall you grieve. Then we get to ayah 52. This ayah could be seen as anti-Catholic or even anti-Semitic, meaning anti-Jewish. It also gave me pause, as it says that the Quran is clear and easy to understand. But without the hadith, I have found it hard to follow, and its poetic style to be disorientating. And to show this, I shall read from a different translation. And certainly we have brought them a book which we make clear with knowledge, a guidance, and a mercy for a people who believe. Then we get to ayah 53. This ayah seems to have a line against reincarnation, and therefore a line that goes against Hinduism and Buddhism. Let's read that. Do they wait for aught save the full disclosure thereof? The day when its full disclosure comes? Those who forgot it beforehand will say, the messengers of our Lord indeed brought the truth. Have we any intercessors who might intercede for us? Or might we be returned, that we might do other than what we used to do? They have surely lost their souls, and that which they used to fabricate has forsaken them. Then we get to ayah 59, the Quranic version of the Noah story. In the biblical version, he was not so much a prophet as he was a righteous man or a beloved of God. Let's read that. Indeed, we sent Noah unto his people, and he said, O my people, worship God. You have no God other than him. Truly, I fear for you the punishment of a tremendous day. Then we get to ayah 64 from the Tafsir. Who were the other people saved along with Noah from the flood, and how many others were rescued according to the Hadith or the Islamic tradition? The translations are very different here. So I will read translations from two different Qurans. And I know they're translations, but you know what I'm saying. But they called him a liar. So we delivered him and those with him in the ark, and we drowned those who rejected our messages. Surely they were a blind people. Let's read from my preferred translation. Yet they denied him. So we saved him and those who were with him in the ark, and we drowned those who denied our signs. Truly they were a blind people. It's a pretty different translation there. Now let's move on. Do you guys want to read the sample? The Tafsir? I think you do. If I know my commenters, you do, don't you? Okay. Let's go back. Let's read a little bit. Just a little bit from the Tafsir. I don't want to hit any copyright. This is going to be from the Study Quran by Syed Hossein Nassar. Okay. So, and this was 64. In Noah's case, those spared along with him, including members of his family, except for one of his sons, and perhaps his wife, whom the Quran describes as a disbeliever at Surah 66, ayah 10. Those aboard the ark are said to have included his three sons, Sam, that's Shem, Ham, or Ham. I'm not going to give you the Arabic pronunciation of the name because I can't do that. I'm just going to give you the common, Josepheth, and perhaps their wives, and 6 others believers. And this is from T and Z. Okay, then at 65, I have who was Ad and Hud. Seriously, I don't know this story, so let's read that. And unto Ad, their brother Hud, he said, O my people, worship God. You have no God other than him. Will you not be reverent? Then at ayah 69, what is the story behind people being made vice regents or successors after the people of Noah? I'm not familiar with this story. And also from ayah 69, from the Tafsir. There is an apparent reference to giants in this ayah. Giants. 100 to 200 feet tall? Really? I mean, I know we get a reference to giants in the Bible. I'm not saying we don't. I know that's there. But the Amorites end up just being tall people. They're not actual giants. Here, it's saying that they're actual giants in the Tafsir. Can someone please explain to me the validity of this claim, please? And this is going to be 69, so let's read that. Or do you marvel that a reminder from your Lord should come to you by means of a man from among yourselves, so as to warn you? Remember when he made you vice regents after the people of Noah, and increased you amply in stature. So remember the boons of God, that haply you may prosper. And it is the increased you amply in stature, where some get the super tall people thing. And that is going to be, let me see, who is it that says, you guys, gigantic people. That is again from T. This is going to be from TS and from Z. All right. TS is Abu Ali al-Thawb Inib al-Hasan al-Tasari. And Z is Abul al-Qassam Muhammad Inib Umar al-Zamarkashi. So those are the two commentators. If you could please tell me where they got their information or their source for there being giants of 100 to 200 feet tall. Someone please explain that to me. Then we get to ayah 70. It seems illogically worded and begs the question, why would they, the pagans, call your deity God alone if they believed in other gods, plural? The Quran seems to assume that the pagans knew they were wrong in their beliefs, which makes no sense. The pagans would have clearly thought themselves correct, or convinced otherwise they would have converted. If not to Islam, then to something else, or just quit believing altogether. Why would they assume they were wrong as the Quran presents them? And I shall read that right now. Again, this is Surah 7, Ayah 70. They said, have you come unto us so that we may worship God alone, and leave aside what our fathers worshipped? Then bring upon us that wherewith you have threatened us, if you are truthful. It's just, the wording here is illogical. I get it that the Quran's not going to say itself to be false, but it's still illogically worded. And I get that this is originally poetry, and I get that in the Arabic there is a different there's different wording being used here. I'm simply asking for clarification on this ayah, the way that it is presented in English. Please. And lastly for today, we get to ayah 73. Who is Thamud and Sila? I am not familiar with any of these characters. These are completely new characters to me. I have tons and tons of, look at that. Do you see that? Okay. All of those are Bibles down there. All of that is text up here. There's other text up there. I got a whole room of mythology. I am not familiar with any of these prophets that the Quran is referencing. And I'm familiar with a bunch of religions. I've read every single major religious work of almost every single major religion, including almost all the major pagan religions. Everything from Norse to ancient Mesopotamian religions. Now, you can tell me that it's a Southern Arabic religion where this group was. I can get that. I wouldn't be familiar with that. But could someone explain to me who these prophets are and why they don't show up in other books? Because even The biblical prophets show up in other books with slightly different names, true, but they do show up. Noah is in other books. He's in the Atar Hasis. You have characters from the Epic of Gilgamesh. You have creatures from the Enuma Elish show up in the biblical accounts. How come these prophets don't show up in other accounts? I would really like an answer to this. And unto Thumad, their brother Sila, he said, O my people, worship God. You have no God other than him. There has come unto you a clear proof from your Lord. This she-camel of God is a sign unto you. Leave her to graze freely. Leave her to graze freely on God's earth, and cause her no harm, lest a painful punishment seize you. All right, that's it. That's today. Next time we will begin with ayah 74. It's good to be back, guys. I know I've been gone for about a month, and I finally set up a new video last week, and I said I was going to start making regular videos again, and instead I put out 4 of my debate videos in a row. I know that seems like I was kind of not doing this, but I'm still doing this. I am going to finish the Quran. I told you I would. I will continue. To my new commenter, I don't remember your name right now. I think it's Nasim. Thank you for the comments that you gave me last night. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that everyone else continues to comment in these videos. I appreciate the views. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I will talk to you all later. Have a good night.